I worked on quite a few vehicles, and this Ford truck was one of them that I did the most work on. I remember when into my apartment, I was doing a video. I wanted it to be a part of my green screen, so I disassembled my hood. I disassembled my hatchback. I disassembled the passenger side door. Took them off, and I remember carrying. I done my hatchback out in the field, but my hood and my passenger side door, I removed them from the truck and carried them up the steps. And my poor neighbors was wondering, what in the world is he doing? I guess I was entertaining to them. They were always watching me off the balcony and laughing and wondering, what is this guy doing, taking his truck apart and carrying it upstairs into his apartment. However, plan your work and work your plan. I was in this field on the homestead where I would go all the time and just do maintenance on my vehicle. Very nice place, shady, and people were out just enjoying themselves, and the mechanics were out. I was out there. But this particular day, I noticed there were signs that were put out because someone had bought all of this property that was once homes were once there before Hurricane Andrew came through and destroyed them, but someone had finally bought this property and they was going to get it developed. So we were no longer allowed to be on the property, and they were slowly beginning to put signs out and rope off certain places and start to keep the grass cut. But I realized this, I need to wrap up my projects. I may not be able to use this field anymore. So I had one more project to finish. I wanted to remove my both my lower control arms on my vehicle. A very it wasn't a hard project, but it took time to do, and you had to know what you were doing. So I did my research, and I read my books, watched my videos, and pumped myself up to get this job done. And I remember disassembling my, took my tire off, got my rotor off, my bridge caliper, got my tire rod end off, removed my wheel bearings, got my bolts, got my rotor off, got it down, removed the steering knuckle, had everything out. I was preparing to take the tension rod, which would be the next big thing to take off. The long tension rod that goes through your lower control arm all the way back almost under the center of the door, under your vehicle. It was a tension rod, a real long bar. By this time, a cop had came up to me and said, "You're no longer allowed to work in this field, so just go ahead and wrap it up." And he had a smirk on his face, like, "I'm going to come back around, and you're not going to be done. I'm going to have to give you a citation." I can see the look on his face. And I was wondering, should I just put everything back, which took me a while to get all this stuff off, and just go home? But I told myself, I'm going to finish the job, and I'm going to pray that he doesn't come back and see me here. Okay. I got my jaw pullers and got my tension rod mounting bracket off, and slid the rod away from the lower control arm, because I already had one side done. I think I had the right side, had the passenger side done. I was working on the driver's side when I think I had the driver's side done. I was working on the passenger side when the cops came up. And I planned my work and worked my plan. Remember, a professor at the Muskegon Institute, that was one of his sayings: plan your work and work your plan. And when this cop had gave me the warning to wrap it up, he walked away with a smirk on his face, knowing there's no way he's going to have this truck back together by the time I make my rounds back to this field. But I did. Got everything reassembled. Got my new lower control arm on. Got my tension bar back through. Got the brackets back on. assembled my tie rod ends, reassembled my steering knuckle, reassembled the rotor, and put the bearings back on. Got my bridge caliper on. Got my brake pads in the place. My bridge caliper. Got my tire back on, and I was ready to roll. Make sure everything was tightened down, and part of the sway bar linkage, I had to put that back on, and the shocks. But I never seen that cop that day. I drove off, but I would not have been able to done this without planning my work and working my plan. The rest of these two, plan your work.